You know, when God called me 20 years ago, the Spirit said to me, leave your job. I came to South Africa and to Uganda to speak. I went back to the United States with about 9 invitations to come back. I was working at a hospital in a medical school as a counselor, and I sat at my desk reading an email from a church somewhere in South Africa. The request said, we need 2 crusades, one in the spring, one in the fall, send us your budget. I wrote back, I have no time. I have no leave because I'm working. Instantly the Spirit said to me, leave the job. Then you'll have all the time you need. Leave the job. And I said, leave the job. I'm making thousands of dollars a year. I'm respected by all the doctors and the students. I leave the job. The job was everything that made me feel special. Leave the job. For a year, the Spirit said, without adding or subtracting a word, leave the job. I spoke to a friend of mine, a professor of marketing at the University of Michigan, my spiritual brother. We're like this. Whenever I have a spiritual crisis, I call him. And I said, David, here's what I'm going through. I sat on his front step a Sunday morning, sun was shining, nice clear spring morning, I believe it was. And he listened to me, then he walked away for a while, and he came back. And he said, Randy, I could not leave my job, you have to leave yours. You have to leave. And I leave. The Spirit said, leave the job. Leave the job. Leave. So I left. Let me tell you what happened to me when I made the final decision to leave. I went to the dean, my boss, and I said, Dean, I'd like a year's leave. Under that arrangement, you go away for a year from your job, you do whatever you like, you come back to the same job, same benefits, same salary. She said, why? I said, I'd like to go away and do missionary work for a year. She said, okay, I'll see if I can get you a leave. 2 weeks later, she called me, I cannot give you a leave. If you leave, the job is gone. I said to her, Dean, I have to go. She said, you're leaving this secure position? I said, yes. If I don't go, I will never be able to live with myself. And so I left. July of 2000. Until now, I answer the question of Christ just as the disciples answered him in Luke 22 verse 35. When I sent you without purse or scrip or shoes, lack ye anything? And my answer to God right now is no. God has taken me all over the world to places I studied in geography class as a little boy that I never thought I would see. And every time I land in a new country, I remember when God said, leave the job. What I'm saying to the graduates, do not concern yourself with how will I eat. Concern yourself with, I desire to do the will of God. Jesus said, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Behold the fowls of the air, they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. If your Father, he didn't say their Father feeds them, he said your Father feeds them. Now if your Father feeds them, surely your Father should feed you.